Welcome. Glad you're here. Welcome to our village of inquiry. And we use that word village with respect because it signifies that each one of us matters and has a place here, has a role here, regardless how humble we might feel about it ourselves. Right? Life is way too short to spend another day at war with ourselves. It's a challenging day, not a bad life. We are made for these times. The greatest gift we can give to ourselves and to life is understanding, to connect with the only safety there really is inside. Let's have some exquisite moments together. We're here to anoint everything. We're here to find rock-solid comfort in what's happening as it is, no matter how challenging the outer appearance. Walt Whitman tells us happiness, not in another place, but this place. Not for another hour, but this hour. Our path is blessed every step of the way. And safety comes when we're able to balance the terror of being alive with the wonder of being alive. There's a vast energy moving through every part of the universe, including every particle of our own being. We come from vastness. And it's here inside each one of us to welcome every step into understanding and direct experience of life. Even if all the candles in the world flicker and die, we have the spark that starts the fire. Rumi. Here together, we don't judge, we sanctify. When we present ourselves without a mask, we offer the same opportunity for others to do the same. When we listen generously to each other, we can hear the truth in ourselves, often for the first time. Bring everything you got. Leave some of it here. Take something new and fresh with you. Let the eyes soften. Let your gaze turn inward. And let the mind empty just like a sink where you've pulled the stopper. Let all those thoughts go down the drain. Let all your thoughts go just like that, without any effort. Just allowing, not by trying. Notice the breath. Notice life breathing you. As thoughts arrive, just let them come and let them go. Look between the thoughts, not at them. When we don't try to stop our thoughts, don't try to follow them, they become less. Let what comes, come. Let what comes, go. Find sanctuary in this very breath. No matter what else is happening. All you have to do is be willing. Just let thoughts come and go like leaves blowing around your feet in the wind. Relax into the present moment. Let your shoulders soften. The universe knows who you are and wants to help you unlearn who you are not. Resist nothing. Love whatever shows up without giving it a name or a label. Feel the floor underneath your feet. Feel down into the ground under that, into the heart of the earth. Visualize your roots going down into the fertility of life. Every nutrient you need is here. Feel the sky overhead. stretching in every direction. A canopy of care and protection. Let the light come into your crown. Warming any place that's ever been cold. Lighting any place that's ever been dark. Feel together now, earth underneath, sky overhead, holding you in your actual safety and security. Feel earth and sky seeking each other in the center of your being. Joining together in one energy current that turns to and moves into all of your humble humanity you allow. Take a few moments and let all the grace that's here, the grace inside you, the grace around you touching each other. The river flowing in me, flowing in you. Taking your sweet time when you're ready, just letting your eyes slowly open, come back to the circle, and leaving part of you here at the well of being. We'll do our go-rounds now, and as many of you know, just to say your name and where you are on the planet. We want to picture you. And a few words about what you're noticing right now, what you're experiencing right now. And we'll go popcorn style. Anybody can begin.
Good morning. My name is Stephen, and right now I'm in Florida, although I do live in New York City. And I'm just really happy to be here this morning. Feels really good and just really, really right. Thank you.
Mhm. Great to have you, Stephen.
Thank you.
I'm Jen Bond. Excuse me. Jen Bond. I'm near Annapolis, Maryland. I have missed being with you all. It's good to see familiar faces. I really appreciate this opportunity. I am currently my body's reminding me of discomfort that I've been feeling lately. And that's it. Thanks.
Mhm. Welcome, Jen, just as you are.
I'm Frank D'Alto, Richmond, Virginia. I'm relocated, mostly, like almost 100% relocated. So I'm in Mary's backyard, and it's been a very exhausting and hectic week. And this is actually the first moment that I felt relaxed and peaceful. So I'm really happy to be here. Thank you, Brian.
Welcome, Frank. Especially after your hectic week, making time to be here with us.
Hello, everybody. I'm Saida, and I'm located in Copenhagen. And I feel very grounded today and solid.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Saida. I can feel that. Becomes you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Milan. This is Sasha. We're in Rome. Good to see you all. Can you hear us? Yeah, I see you leaning in. And I'm noticing being aware of awareness. What is aware? That essentially, yeah.
Good to see you, Ellen, and wonderful to see you, Sasha.
He was away for 2 weeks. He's back.
Wow. Welcome back.
I'm Duncan Soul. I'm in Portland, Oregon, and I very much appreciated, Brian, your mention of the terror and the wonder. I'm recently retired, and I'm discovering kind of what life is holding and what's going to happen next. And spent the day yesterday in this incredible hillside along the Columbia Gorge and along the Columbia River. And the wind was blowing wildly, and the wildflowers were in full bloom, and life was just so full and amazing. So I kind of carrying that a little bit into this day. I'm really happy to be here.
Mm-hmm. Great to have you, Duncan.
Yeah, good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Esther from Swampscott, Massachusetts. And I missed last month, I think, so I'm happy to see everybody too. And my dad passed away a year ago in June, and so I've been discovering pictures and noticing that at some point in my life, I thought everything was so negative, but when I'm seeing the pictures now, I'm remembering, how much I loved my dad and how much, as a child and looked up to him. And I'm just seeing a different view of me in relationship, especially to siblings, who later I was more, I was going to say jealous, but I'm not sure I was jealous, but I must have been. And so anyway, it's kind of been, a nice thing to discover.
Glad to have you, Esther.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lori DiLorenzo from Santa Fe. This is my first time, so thank you, Brian, for inviting me. I'm honestly quite ill today, so I don't know what I did, but I'm very, very sick. I've been up all night, so I think I enjoy hearing what you have to teach, and it's nice to meet all of you. Thank you.
Welcome, just as you are, Lori.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm on my phone this morning, and it's a bit disconcerting. I cannot see everybody all at once. That's disappointing. So I'm Chris, and I am in Napa, California. Home base is Charlottesville, Virginia, and I will be there in about 3 weeks, 2+ weeks. And I can't wait. I'm holding both peace and anxiety this morning. When I do go back to Virginia, I will be facing a major milestone to purge my house. And it feels like change my identity or discover who my new identity will be in terms, and that will be unfolding, I think, as I decide what I will keep and what I don't. So thank you, Brian, for that beautiful meditation, and I'm really glad to be here. It matters a lot.
It matters that you're here to us, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Sandy, I think you're the only one who hasn't spoken yet. If you'd like to let us take you in.
Thanks, Brian. I didn't realize everyone had spoken. Well, let's see. I'm going to try and...
We don't see you. If that's how you want it, that's fine. There you go.
There I am, yeah. My name is Sandy, and I am in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I'm glad to be here. I'm feeling quite trepidatious, and I think my natural inclination is to I'd like to just be sitting in meditation with or just sitting, period. I have a lot to think about, but I'm glad to be here. We're all doing a lot of kind of work around my family. And seems like continually discovering new things that I had no idea about, good and bad. And so that's a little bit about me today. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
glad
a
you're
lot.
all here. Thanks.
That's a lot, Sandy. And we met you right where you are, right where you're sitting. Okay. My name is Brian. I live in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, in the U.S. And I'm feeling terror and wonder. And feeling some peace in how they can go together. Some relief, right? Like the binary part of my brain wants to name one good and the other bad and reach for one and avoid the other. Yet what we're really learning on this path is that the human experience works when we bring all the parts together, not just the parts our mind thinks are valuable, right? So whatever it is each one of us is going through, some of us have shared around not feeling well physically, others not feeling well in thoughts and feelings that we're struggling with. The amazing thing about this path is just turning our awareness to whatever it is that's difficult softens it, right? You know, we're so connected in some ways these days. Even our refrigerators are on the internet. Yet, profound separation in ourselves and from there into the world is our great sorrow. In any disconnection we're experiencing calls our attention to within ourselves, to find where our sense of disconnection with life around us takes root in our body-mind. We are already whole, yet we imagine that we're not. What we're learning to do is to uncover our true nature, to see that anything we think we're called to be is already inside us. We're not who we think we are, or who our emotions insist. Remember, we were born free. Then life happened. And we're here to help each other discover, uncover, and recover freedom, creativity, and joy flowing from our true nature. In the path work, we learn that we can't love ourselves until we find and love the parts that don't and won't, and tell you that they can't. This is Pathwork 101. Brene Brown tells us that healing is a constant battle between your inner child who is scared and just wants safety, your inner teenager who is angry and just wants justice, and your current self who is tired and just wants peace. Just the willingness to look at ourselves objectively, without blame, without shame, without guilt, is what liberates us. It's the process that liberates us. It's not something we arrive at. The biggest struggle is our emotions that we're often so conflicted by. Yet we remember here that they're simply messengers that show us with stunning clarity exactly where we're stuck in repetitive illusions that are playing out over and over since we learned to crawl. Wisdom does not come from knowing anything. It comes from feeling everything. Scott Kiloby. It can be discouraging. We need to remember that possibility is born the day we are born and lives as long as we live, no matter all the gloom and doom we mutter. Freedom is not a state to find or achieve. It's a way of experiencing life itself. Freedom is simply being in a flow in which we meet whatever arises. Papaji said, it takes 1/12 of a second, and then your life is never the same. Freedom is this close, right on the tip of our nose. It comes the moment we see through all the stories we've been told about ourselves and still tell ourselves. One of the most life-changing realizations, actually what happens in that 1/12 of a second, is that we don't have to believe our thoughts, no matter how insistent they are. They're just thoughts. We don't have to believe what our emotions are insisting we believe. Disappointment, embarrassment, irritation, resentment, anger, jealousy, fear. Instead of being bad news, are actually clear moments that show us where it is we're holding back and stuck. They can teach us to lean in when we feel we'd rather collapse and back away. This very moment is always and only the perfect teacher and the children. I read something the other day that struck the cynical part of me. It only hurts when we exist. Yet Rumi reminds us when inward tenderness finds the secret hurt, pain itself will crack the rock and let the soul emerge. So I want to pause here and just hang out together in the mix of the energy the energy field we're creating together. Each one of us where we are, and all of us here together. See what is moving in you close by that can benefit from us hearing you say it. You know, some piece of this human journey that is moving or stuck in you today, right? Without thinking about it beforehand, be willing to hear yourself share something and think about it afterwards. And like, it's a big part of what we're doing here is letting down, releasing the mental tyranny that we all walk around as we're trying to get through the day, right? Feeling the grace and the group consciousness here, where we're in a field of understanding, acceptance, forgiveness.
Good morning again. This is Stephen. I'm down here, as I said, in Florida, north of Tampa, and I've been experiencing, although it's lovely and wonderful, and I feel physically fine, there's quite a bit of loneliness that I experience. I have a partner down here, but she's in another house right now. She owns 2 homes. I'm in one of them. And of course, this loneliness is not something new. It's an experience I've had probably all my life. But it seems very dominant right now amidst all this beauty, because I'd like to share that beauty. And the question that keeps coming up, can I share it with myself? Can I be with myself? And what's separating me from the beauty? Mm-hmm. Where loneliness ensues. And I realize I follow a lot of the Buddhist doctrine, where the Buddha, when he became enlightened, experienced Mara, M-A-R-A, I guess. And Mara was trying to seduce him to not be enlightened. And part of that process, at least from what I've read and what I experience, is the mind, something that we're discussing, thoughts. And the sense of loneliness really seems to be embodied so much in my thoughts that I assume are real. that I assume are accurate, that I assume are there to protect me and to show me how I've been wrong. And everything in my life is wrong. Otherwise, why would I be lonely? And as the Buddha, as he experienced these thoughts, and Mara decided that they were just thoughts. And he said, I see you, Mara. I see who you are. And as I look at Mara in my own life, I stand back and say, I see you, Mara. I see the thought, but they are thoughts. That's it. And as I look at the thought, it seems to convert itself into some grotesque figure. And I just keep staring at it. And the thought then becomes very sad and very pained. And it changes into a little child that's there so deep in me. And as I embrace that little child, as I'm doing right now, the loneliness disappears. And there's another part of me. There's so many, seemingly so many parts of me, each one deeper than the other, that as it disappears, there's a sense of amazement of how complex I truly am. And then the question arises deep down inside, then who is the I? And I don't know the answers to that. But I know one thing. When I'm there in the I that I don't know the answer to, there is no loneliness. Absolutely not. Anyway, thank you for listening.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Stephen. And I'm trying to invite us just to let the eyes soften again, and each one of us feel our own flavor of loneliness in the safety of the container, being here together. And just notice the loneliness rising and falling, rising and falling. Just notice where you feel it in your body. Notice the tension as the loneliness is rising. Notice the relaxation as it's falling. Notice how the mind wants to make conclusions as it's rising. Just let all those thoughts go, knowing it's just about to fall. Whatever your own tension field is here, seeing the rising and the falling all on its own without our doing anything. Slowly letting the eyes open and come back. Just noticing what you're noticing. Outside of the thinking about it, right? Just You know, our fear is that what we don't want to feel, loneliness, shame, guilt, will overwhelm us. We'll get caught in it and not be able to get out, right? Yet, as the Buddha said, all states are temporary, and this is especially true of our emotions, of which loneliness is really the most profound. Stephen, I really, every day it's a new dance to turn to my own. So I appreciate your sharing very much. Let's see what else is moving here in our circle around our inspiraling here together. In the service of what you may be leaving behind today, and in service of the new that you may be taking with you today, right? This is the grace of what can happen here.
I'll share, partly because I think it's a good idea for me to share, to be with you all. So I was reminded earlier of I believe it's a Buddhist prayer, I'm not sure, that I often say. And the first line is, it's the second line. I believe it's, may I love and accept myself unconditionally. Oh, how does it go? May I love and accept myself unconditionally and forgive myself for all transgressions, real and imagined. Anyway, I find that very helpful and kind of an adventure to go into.
Mm-hmm.
That's what came up for me.
Mm-hmm. I'm really drawn to the real and imagined. Because I notice in myself, a lot of my transgressions are imagined. Right?
I'd like to share also in the line of loneliness. I really loved your sharing, Stephen. Because right now I feel a deep connection and, you know, I need to call the loneliness back, though I know it well, as I'm sure we all do. It does seem to be the very, you know, the original pain in a way, that pain of separation. And it's just today that was that sense of I was on my own, and the discovery of that which is always here, that which is that the awareness, and that is my own self. It's like the discovery of almost like a dear old friend, you know, that's just always there, and it's always fresh, it's always new. And I remember, you know, I have memories of the first time I would feel like a heart opening and being like, wow, it is this, that which cannot be described. So my question often is, when I feel loneliness now, I ask myself, well, where is your attention? Where are you placing your attention? When I have enough, let's say, discernment, in that moment I can stop and just sit and see, what am I placing my attention on? And usually it is on some sort of story, some sort of thought. And so in that moment, I've gone off searching for something, and so I feel lonely. I'm trying to fix something, and so it's normal. I feel lonely because I've left the house. Illusory. It's an illusory leaving. Real that I've actually left it. But it's like a calling back, isn't it? It's like an alarm saying, "Hey, where's your attention? Come back." Turn and meet what's going on now, what's coming up now for you. Yeah. But in that love, it's just, there's the fear, oh, but it's just, this is so beautiful and I don't want it to go away and I don't want the loneliness to come back. And then you fall deeper into the love and you say, come back, loneliness, come back.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Mama.
See.
Thank you, Elena. I know your son is calling you in the moment.
He asked me a really concrete question. If we have, he's like, do we have this?
No, we have it.
We do. I'm going to mute.
We're so conditioned to turn away from the feelings we don't want to feel. And, that's what enables them to hang around and breathe down our neck and pursue them. And I noticed, go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, after listening to everybody, it just, it occurs to me that if we find new ways to hold our emotions or our discomfort, it's like we have some kind of a metamorphosis in the process. And I say this all the time when I'm having a conversation with Mary. It's like she'll be talking to me particularly about her daughter, who is very challenging. And she'll say, don't you understand? And I'll say, I do understand. I just don't know how to hold it. So that's sort of, it's like the everyday challenge in life. It's, how do I hold this? How do I hold this so that it doesn't tear me apart?
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
I'm feeling how close to home that is for you right now, Frank. Yeah, that's.
So I could share.
Please, Chris.
I'm very touched by what people are sharing and can identify with parts of what everyone is saying. I'd like to say where I'm sitting with what's more, my awareness is more about an edge of fear, kind of constant low-level fear. It's not like dramatic and taking over, but there's, whether it's something small and mundane or now this bigger thing in my life, I'm sitting with a lot of missing, a lot of loss, missing my house, missing my life in Charlottesville very much. Very much, and wondering if I can create enough here in Napa, California, that will be as satisfying as I am feeling like my life as grandma feels like sacred. And because my grandsons need me, the world they live in is very stressed. And I feel really good about being with them. And I have been reading articles that talk about how important the presence of grandmother is, and that's really feels good, but there's also more of me than that. And that's kind of what I'm sitting with, is like, who will there be enough of me to do anything else? Is what am I? And find a place to live and stay that feels satisfying. So really missing. And I'll be in Charlottesville soon, and I know I'll love it, and then I'll see how hard it will be to say goodbye again. So it's the constant kind of low level fear that I'm sitting with and holding, and loss and grief.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's kind of on the edge, not predominant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really feeling the first chakra nature of this edge, right? Where will I be? Where will I be? Where will I be on the planet? You know.
Right. Is there safety? And of course, what's going on in the world, I feel that adds to my vulnerability, personal vulnerability, security.
Right. Yeah.
A lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's see, each one of us, where we have our own version of what Chris is saying. Am I going to be okay, basically? Right. What's going to happen to me? Right. Like, there's a dozen different ways we can feel this, both in the micro within ourselves and the macro out there in the world, right? And just notice, just making room for it, giving it a place to settle without turning away from it or pushing it away. And being willing to listen to whatever it has to say. The answer to our questions lies inside our question. And the big question, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to be okay? The answer can't come from any kind of outer proof, because we know things change, they come and they go. Can I just be with whatever part of me needs me right now? Just be alongside with it. Saying, I'm here with you.
Thank you. I just, it helps me to really feel the vulnerability of how scared I am.
Yeah.
And it really helps to really be with it. It's sort of like, yeah, I'm really scared about my security.
Yeah. I really get this, Chris. You just feel the safety of the upwelling, the uprising of it here. And your hand over your heart, and really making some room for what is underneath it, right? Like, we can't talk ourselves out of our distress. We're really called just to learn what's the next layer deeper of being with it, being understanding, being kind. just listening. Our primary impulse with our distress is, what are you doing here? You're ruining my day. It was a beautiful day until, right?
So it feels really good to be in touch with the vulnerability. Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, being human is the most vulnerable experience in the universe, right? Truly. And we have our mind creating all the worst case scenarios as if that was some kind of preparation for being in the moment, right? So this is rich. See what else is moving here. That, what each one of us is saying or sharing is actually in all of us, no matter how different it might look. Duncan.
Yeah, I wanted to share. I had an experience in my meditation yesterday of deep-seated rage from my childhood, I think. And I appreciate my nature has been to be very contained. And I'm generally not an angry person at all. And I guess part of what I'm realizing is maybe I'm not angry enough about things that are going on in the world right now. And the other thing I'm realizing is the containment is containing my own energy. It's that dampening, inner dampening process is using up my vital force.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need to do anything with it right now, but I wanted to share it because it was such a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just generally not an angry person and not in touch with it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's curious. I'm really eager to see what unfolds in terms of what it's trying to teach me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What you're saying, Duncan, brings to mind what the guide says about our anger, that it's the hard pain that's trying to protect some soft pain underneath it. Right? And so, who is it in me that's feeling the soft pain? I'm really called to turn to somebody in me that is overlooked. Right? And is pretty angry about it. And overlooked by life, overlooked by ourselves.
Right.
The people that we expected to be there for us and with us, right? Anger is a sign of life.
Right. I'm really feeling the vitality of it at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary to me. In my family of origin, anger was never expressed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, it was so powerful with all our emotions that can be overwhelming, is to really, again, feel those feet on the ground, the head moving up into the sky, and asking for help, from however you understand that vast energy that's in each one of us, that's in all around us, right? Grace, love, the life stream, right? We're so used to doing this by ourselves on our own. Help me. Show me.
I've been working with a helper on anger and fear most recently. And I have adult grown children, and they've been sharing with me. They're just more in touch with their feelings, I think. And they've been sharing with me how they felt in childhood. And one of them's pretty angry. And so it was a blessing because I was able to say, I never meant to hurt you. And, I just love you so much. And then I realized that I needed to forgive my parents because it was the same thing with me. I had felt so hurt and angry, that they never just talked over what my feelings were. And, I felt like they had fallen short, but look, then I fell short. And so it was in that whole generational process that I was able to forgive them, because I realized I didn't mean to hurt and they didn't mean to hurt. But nevertheless, the feelings you still have to deal with. But I just thought I'd share that.
Yeah.
After somebody spoke. And also my heart's just been feeling very open since Stephen had spoken. So it's been very nice. And Chris's deep feelings, tough life experience that you're going through.
Thank you, Esther. So in a moment, we're going to go into a guided experience together. Yet, let's make room for anybody who hasn't had a chance to share yet. Especially thinking of Lori and Jen, because I know you're not feeling well. I just know, like, we're with you here. Okay, so just letting the eyes soften again. Going back inside. Settle into the body. Notice any thought, emotion, block, numbness you wish to release, and allow it to fall away. Notice any thought, feeling, sensation you wish to move freely in you, and just let it. Notice and take in the power of your choice. a superpower in human beings, most often neglected. Visualize now yourself. At a moment in your life, you judge yourself the hardest. Notice all the familiar emotions arise. Frustration, embarrassment, shame, guilt. Feel them coming at you like rain. Feeling them flowing down into the ground. Hear the earth saying, I'll take those. Hear the earth say, give me all of them. Forgive yourself for what you didn't know. Look at this part of you that you've been struggling with. See the burden it's been carrying. Feel your compassion. Let your sorrows come into your arms and hold them close to you. Feel them soften. With the power of active imagination, see now countless versions of yourself along the way to here and now. All the struggles you've ever been through. Take a moment and thank these parts of you for not giving up. Find a place deep within that's willing to turn to these parts of you in a new way, with the next layer deeper of kindness, understanding, and love. Very slowly, when you're ready, opening your eyes and just feeling whatever is here moving through you. Trusting it, welcoming it. What do you notice? Again, with the silence, it's a creative emptiness, right? Like just to be with it and feel the invitation to something deeper than just the day-to-day thinking. Part of that something new you can take with you. Part of that leaving behind something you don't need anymore. Duncan.
Just want to share that I'm feeling some new possibility of what it means to be human.
I noticed that word feeling, and I can see feeling moving through you. Just be with that right now. Let us be here with you, Duncan, without your needing to explain it. Like, there's grace here. Most of us think we have to think our way through. And what we're doing here together is just allowing and feeling whatever arises from that allowing. Right? That's how change actually happens at the deeper level. There's something in us that is ready for us to allow it. Yeah, and the practice is just learning to speak without thinking about it beforehand, right? Preparing our speech. It's just to be willing to be the most surprised person in the group by what we're saying, right?
I would, excuse me, just like to say that I recently spent a few days with my partner down here in the other house, and it really seemed to be all about her needs, which is okay. And she had a box full of old photographs that she wanted me to see, but she wanted me to see them. She brought them out at a time we were having dinner. And just seeing more of her need and where were my needs being met. I had asked her to go with me to get some coffee, and she said, well, she couldn't because she was cutting limbs off a plant or something, that leaves or something. And I felt the plant seemed more important than my need, which was okay if that's where she was. And I went and I had coffee in another town, and it was very pretty. And I saw people there coupled up, and I was, as usual, alone. And I drove back, and now this morning was here with all of you, and it was really golden. And now at this moment, I'm feeling this guilt of not seeing her photographs. And it's like, why at this moment am I not seeing her photographs coming up? And I just I'm allowing myself to be in my body, which for me is very unusual. And so much of it is in my body. And I felt the pressure and pain in my chest that I did something wrong. You did something selfish. I did something that hurt her.
Mm-hmm.
And yet the whole weekend was really about her and her needs, and how she took care of her needs quite nicely, which is fine. But what about my needs? And just experiencing it in my body seems to allow, and holding it, and it does pass.
Mm-hmm.
And the pressure in my chest lessens.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this insecure feeling she will hold it against me forever.
Mm-hmm.
Which, even as I say, it sounds absurd, but there's the sense of I've sinned and it will be held against me forever over not looking at photographs. Am I that bad?
Mm-hmm.
And I carry that around.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very rare I'm able to express in front of people
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that are intelligent and sensitive.
Right.
And thank you for the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. It's astonishing how wounded I am. It's so humbling. And the mind is right in there, wanting to be right again. I told you, you know better, right? Yeah. You know, we would rather let the mind beat us up than feel the desolation of whatever that version is of I don't matter. Right? Like, that's just my crystallization of what you're sharing. I don't matter. Yet whatever it is in you is underneath all the ins and outs and the roundabouts of what happened, right? Like,
that, and I'll just interrupt for a second, that I don't matter and I am doomed for the smallest infraction or
Yeah.
perceived infraction.
Doomed. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah, thank you. I'm really getting this. And right here, shoulder to shoulder with you, right? What's right in this moment right now, Stephen? Just as you turn your head to the side, there's something.
The experience of how I've beaten myself up for what I perceive as the smallest infraction, and I will never be forgiven.
Our self-punishment, the guide calls this, right?
And it will be held against me. And even though the relationship may continue to ensue, it'll always be there in their mind, holding it against me for the smallest infraction. So I have to acquiesce to every need that the other person has. I have to acquiesce to every thought and listen to the that the other person has, and give myself away constantly, so as not to feel the recrimination and the punishment that will ensue if I don't.
They may forgive me, but I will never forgive myself. That's the trap. So as we come in for a landing here, I invite us to go back inside for a moment. And just be with all the parts of ourself that are on the move right now. A whole cast of characters inside, a lifetime. Each one a piece of our soul substance. And just looking at them and saying, I'm here with you. I'm here with you. And
I'm here
the
with
eyes
you.
open and coming off mute and really bringing this gift here to the circle. I'm here with you.
I'm here with you.
I'm in the boat with you. I'm in the lifeboat with you.
I'm here with you. I'm here with you.
I'm here with you.
I'm here with you.
I'm here with you.
Here with you.
With you.
I'm here with you.
Thank you, everyone, for your collaboration and co-creation. And you're beautiful. And I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for a rich, rich time together.
Thank you.